Okay guys, it is week 4 of the block. It is Monday evening. We are on an absolute time crunch. This is going to be the most suboptimal week 4, I think. So if you watched the last video, you'll already know, but basically my car is dying. Ended up Sunday going and buying a new car that I'm picking up tomorrow morning because tomorrow we are off to Liverpool. We're going to see Busted and McFly Wednesday night. Tomorrow is Tuesday. We booked the Tuesday off as well so we could actually have a little bit of a trip out of it, get there in decent time Tuesday, and then like have a nice meal out, kind of have a look around, have all day Wednesday to just relax, whatever, do what we want, then drive back Thursday to then go to the theatre with my parents Thursday night. So we've actually got to get back in good time Thursday. I've also got to train somewhere on Thursday as well. But before we even get to Thursday, I am picking my new car up tomorrow at 10 in the morning because we want to make sure we leave the city where we live by 12 p.m, kind of at the latest. It's a 5-hour drive from here to Liverpool, ideally a bit earlier, but I also have to do my secondary squats and conventional deadlifts and RDLs and accessories tomorrow morning before we go pick up the car, which is the other side of the city to where we go to the gym. So it is now 7:15 and I'm only just training because I had to sort some other stuff with my dying car tonight. I had to take it back to my brother-in-law's for him to switch the batteries over because he put his expensive fancy battery in it just to get me through the weekend. I had to buy a new battery today because my boyfriend works at a battery supply place. So I had to go buy a new battery today, take it to my brother-in-law, who then, when he finished work about 5:30, changed them over for me. Then I came home, my car is like, I don't want to say it's terrifying to drive, like I'm not unsafe on the road, but it's just a breakdown hazardous risk. Like the engine is cutting out a lot. Every time I stop, I have to just keep the engine revving. It's just stressful. So thank God I'm changing car tomorrow. We actually found like a decent car. Like I have a Fiat 500X at the moment and I really like the car. Like it was, when I picked it, I wanted one for ages before that. It drove really nicely. It's a really just pretty car. It's a nice car. It's a decent size. It's like a small SUV size. Perfect for me. But it's just dying. So I needed a new car. We actually found a Vauxhall Mocha, which was 2 years newer than the car I'm getting rid of, and it's done like 30-odd thousand miles, so it's not done loads of miles, and don't get me wrong, did not want a new car. Like I literally cannot afford a car right now. Like it has been the most expensive 18 months of my life. I am not a rich person. Like yes, I work hard. No, I'm not poor, but I am, like my savings don't exist at this point. Like I'd just gotten my savings back off like, not even just buying the house last year, there were so many other things that were really expensive that I had to deal with last year and the start of this year that I've finally kind of recovered from it, and now I'm just not, this is adulthood. But anyway, so tonight I now need to get my bench done, go to the gym, do my accessories. I'm going to also do some of my accessories that I would normally do tomorrow because they won't interfere with tomorrow's squats and deadlifts. That's not the end of the world, and that can make tomorrow's session a little bit shorter, but it does mean that by the time I finish tonight, trained, gotten home, I need to eat something, and the house is basically empty because obviously we're going away and my mum is staying here while we're away, but she's kind of bringing her own food and we've got some stuff in the freezer that she can have as well, but generally the fridge is pretty empty, the cupboards are pretty empty. So I need to figure out what the hell I'm going to eat tonight because I need to eat something good tonight to fuel tomorrow morning's session because I am going to be in this gym before 7 a.m. tomorrow. So in less than 12 hours, I will have done my week 4 secondary pretty heavy tempo squats and probably my high bar as well. We need to be leaving this house tomorrow at like 8:15 to go do our accessories to be back in time to then go and get my car. So big time crunch, which means I'm not going to talk for much longer because kind of stressful. Ended up having a massive migraine Sunday. Like after I'd bought the car, I literally came home, started sorting out all of my like coaching work for the weekend, and I needed to make sure everyone was ready for this full week because obviously I'm now away, so I'm on annual leave literally now until Friday morning / midday, depending on how things go Friday. So I'm going to catch up there on Friday, so I need to make sure they have what they needed. So yesterday was quite a long work day anyway, and my eyes were so painful as I was sat at my computer yesterday afternoon that as soon as I finished work, I ended up taking some strong painkillers to help with the migraine, but literally as soon as I finished, I went and sat on the sofa and I had such a painful head, like the migraine was bad. But that was obviously just a stress response, and this morning I had a bit of a headache as well, just lingering on from that, but I did go to bed like 8:30 last night to be fair. But basically we're in a bit of a stressful time, and until I've got this car and I've succeeded at everything I need to get done before that, I think I'm going to be relatively stressed. The only plus side is it means I'm probably not going to struggle to get out of bed in the morning because my brain is going to be firing. But ideally we have to then train pretty quietly tomorrow because obviously I don't want my music blasting before 7 a.m. Like that would not be okay. And to be honest, not even until like 8 a.m. I don't think that's really acceptable. So going to be a pretty quiet, chilled session, but that's fine. I know I can train in that. But yeah, I'm bit stressed, but it's all okay. It's all gonna be fine, and I'm now just gonna not spend money for a very long time until I get my savings back and above where they were. But yeah, it's all good. I was very lucky with the car that I found. I need to remember that. And we found it, like, the first place we looked, we found one that was decent, reliable. It was a really comfy car. Also, the heated steering wheel, which is lovely for someone like me that gets cold all the time. So yeah, that is life update. Body weight has been in the 86s 3 days in a row though, so that was a good update. I was 86.4 on Saturday, 86.9, then 86.9 again today, so Sunday, Monday. Which isn't too surprising. I am now going to be a little bit more laps for the rest of today and the next few days when I'm away, mainly the rest of today because I need to get a good meal in to fuel tomorrow's session. I don't really have the macros spare for it anymore because I'm training so late. Like, I've eaten most of my food for the day, which means I don't have tons left to kind of replenish what I've lost in this session and fuel tomorrow's session. So I'll probably just have, like, I don't know what I'm going to have to eat tonight, but I need to find something that I can just get quickly. Might even just go to Farm Foods next to where we go to the gym and just get like a ready meal or something, like a My Protein ready meal, because they're very high in protein and they're not super... I mean, they're alright, they'll do, but I don't know yet. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking and I will show you guys my heavier sets. I'm not going to show you guys everything, and yeah.
We've said our goodbyes, but we won't go home just yet. You've got your head down, just like when we first met. I can't believe it's ending. Why did we fuck it up? So stupid and upsetting. How can I give you up? We've said our goodbyes, but we won't go home just yet.
Okay, so very quick, good morning. It is 6:45. Obviously not going to talk too much because I'm in a major rush. Got my squats and deadlifts today. Basically, bench last night was a bit of an overshoot. I had a range, 100, 102.5 for my top triple, and my last one put 95. Before that, my warm-ups didn't feel amazing, so I was like, oh, I'm definitely going to go lower end of the range. And 95 felt amazing, so I was like, maybe I've just locked in a bit more. I'll do the same on the triple. And the 102.5 was supposed to be an RP8. It was definitely a little bit more than that. But I'm not too upset because it seems to be the theme of the evening. So my single at 107 was off, okay, it was a 5 kg extra for a single free count was the goal, was the plan. The 107.5 moved okay. It was much harder than I wanted it to be, but I'm actually kind of glad that I managed to make it move like that because I was in such a rush that I literally did all my bench, including my warm-up drills and my warm-ups in like 20 minutes. Like, I literally just go, go, go. And because of that, like, my triceps were burning out early, my chest and everything was burning out a little bit early, so not too surprised. I then just rushed through my last and sevens. I don't think I filmed. And even they, like, I went up to 85, like, we capped them quite heavily this week because last week I overshot them, and like, even that wasn't super easy. Like, it was like an RP7 at most, but it should be lower than that. So anyway, that was kind of the theme. So I was gonna then go and take my accessories a little bit easier, and literally I picked the easier loads that I normally would, and they still felt like bang on RP. So I think yesterday was just because I was pretty stressed anyway, and I had a migraine the night before and just other things going on, and plus the fact that I was rushing through. Like, I got my accessories done in 30 minutes. Bearing in mind I added more to last night. Usually that session takes me at least 40-45, so everything was just kind of rushed through yesterday, which obviously means recovery periods between sets and stuff was lower on bench and my accessories, so that would have had an impact on overall, like, performance and stuff. But I'm not too upset about it because I know, like, as soon as I got this car this morning, stress levels can just go back down. I say that, hopefully the drive to Liverpool is stress-free. To be honest, I quite enjoy long journeys, so that should be fine. And I think my boyfriend's got some albums he wants me to listen to on the way. He's a bit of a music buff, and I'm not very good at listening to new music, unless it's a song that he's like, I think you'll really like this, and then, like, he generally knows what I like, but he wants me to listen to some new albums and stuff that have come out, so I think we'll probably do that on the drive there, so that'll be kind of like a fun way to go through the drive. This morning I've got it's so early. I've got tempo triples on squats. I've got a cap of 170 at an RP7 for my second triple. The first triple about an RP6. Honestly, because it's so early and because I literally was training like 10 hours ago, I'll probably do 155 last warm up and just go to like 165-ish, but obviously you guys will see what I decide to do. And then I've got my high bar. I've got ascending high bar, I think 120, 130, 140. Never done 140 for 6 on high bar, I don't think, so that will be a PB. Probably the thing I'm actually most nervous for today, but obviously if things don't feel great, I'll just go a little bit lighter, but that should be fine. It's a set load, so I don't have a target RPE. And I think with high bar, it's a confidence thing more than anything else. Like, I know I can do 140 for 6. And then moving on to deadlifts. So on conventional, I've been doing cluster doubles, so a 2x1 with like 20-30 seconds rest in between each. Last week was a major overshoot. My 165 second set last week, my second cluster doubles, I did 155, 165. The 165 was a major overshoot. The second rep literally was like an RPE 8.5, and it was not supposed to be. So this week Lewis has basically said do 160 for the first, and then if that feels like an RPE, I think we've capped it like an RPE 7.5, I can't remember exactly what. We've essentially capped it because we think sumo is going to be the way forwards. So on Saturday I've got like an uncapped like free reign RPE 9 single on sumo. So rather than building up the TTA from conventional, he basically was like do 160, see what the RPE feels like. If it feels about the target RPE of the second double, just leave it there, do your back offs. I think I've literally got 2x5 at like 135-ish, so it's pretty light back offs, which is good because it means I can get through conventional in like 15-20 minutes maximum, because I think squat's going to take me a little bit longer. I've literally got an hour and 20 minutes-ish to get this session done, so that's all fine. And then I've got 3 sets of RDLs to do here, and then thankfully, because last night we did all of our upper accessories, all I've got to do at the gym today is leg press, hamstring curl. I was supposed to do adductor machine, but it's broken again. It's constantly broken at our gym. And then I've also got a weighted plank, 2 sets, and some oblique side crunches, 2 sets. So I can literally wrap through that all in like 25-30 minutes, but we're still going to aim to leave here about 8:15 just to make sure that we're at the gym way before 8:30. It's like a 10-minute drive, but in rush hour traffic as well, it might take a little bit longer. So we are, essentially just gonna go get everything done as early as possible so that we don't have to then rush to go pick up my new car, which I am excited about, but I just need to get this session done and like get back and get ready to go. I don't think we're gonna have time to even shower before we go pick up. Like we're gonna come back, shower, get ready to go to Liverpool. So that's also annoying, but it's fine. I made sure, obviously, you can probably tell, did not shower this morning before this session. I literally got up at 6, had breakfast, tried to get some electrolytes in as well in my drink, but I haven't actually had much drink at all. But I had a like decent dinner last night. And when we got back from the gym, had a shower, but then went to bed. But yeah, anyway, enough talking. I'm probably not going to recap this session in this video depending on time, but if I do, then obviously you guys will see. If not, I'll recap it later in the week when I get back from Liverpool.
Let's stay here in this moment, pretend that we're not broken, and kiss me like you used to do before it all went down. Cause when the moon is falling, our love will turn to nothing. So kiss me like you used to do before it all went down. Give me this one night, hold me one last time, and kiss me like you used to do before it all went down. Give me your love now, before it runs out, and kiss me like you used to do before it all went down. It wasn't easy, but somehow you fell for me. I was your baby, and you were my clarity. I can't believe it's ending. Why did we fuck it up? So stupid and upsetting. How can I give you up? It won't be easy, but say you'll remember me. Let's stay here in this moment, pretend that we're not broken, and kiss me like you used to do before it all went down. Cause when the moon is falling, our love will turn to nothing. So kiss me like you used to do before it all went down. Give me this one night, hold me one last night, and kiss me like you used to do before.
Okay, so very quick mid-session update. It is 20 to 8. I'm doing so well for time. My top set on deadlifts is loaded. All squats were done by like 7:25. Obviously a sweaty mess because it's just been go. PB on high bar, 140 for 6 was a PB. My tempo squats were hard, but it was fine. Like they were always going to be. Obviously I didn't hit the low tap of 170, but I genuinely didn't expect to. Ended up taking 157 in my last warm-up because actually my second warm-up, or not my second from last warm-up, my set before 157. Let's just say that. As you can tell, I'm not really with it. Moved really well. So I was like, I'll just take 157 and then potentially jump 12.5 to 170 if things feel surprisingly good. They didn't, so I went to 165. It moved fine. It was probably more like a 7.5 rather than a 7, but obviously minor details and taking into account the time I'm training. And when I finished training yesterday, not a big deal. Deadlifts aren't feeling amazing. Last one, 145, felt heavy. So I went to 160, now I'm about to do that. Obviously we'll see how it moves, but I wouldn't be surprised if I just leave it there. Got a little bit of pain kind of like in my mid-back, not entirely sure what that is, just feels like a little bit of a strain, but just gonna not worry about it and just gonna keep going. Nothing feels like it's gonna make it worse. And then gonna do my RDLs and go. But I'm on really good time, very happy about that, feeling a lot less stressed now. Sometimes I like doing these early morning sessions because it's like when I was in Turkey and I had to do an SBD at like 6:37 in the morning. it just reminds me of like why I do this sport, and like it's not hard for me to come in and train. Like some evenings obviously I don't really want to train, or afternoons I don't really want to train, but it's like a reminder that I have goals I'm working towards, and I will do whatever I have to do them, and that includes training at this time in the morning, right? Like I could wait until I get to Liverpool and find a PL gym there, and just like, and there was a girl actually that invited me to potentially train with her out there, but because I'm with my boyfriend, he doesn't train, like that wouldn't really be fair. He also wouldn't mind though, so I could have quite easily been like, oh, if we go on the Tuesday, that's fine, but I just need to train when I get there. Like no, I might as well just train here, and then I can have an actual like mini holiday break. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking because I need to get this done, but I don't know how this is gonna move. We're just gonna go in confident. I've had a little bit longer rest, so I had to pop in for a pee. But rest breaks have literally been like 90 seconds, so not good, very sweaty, but enjoying it, actually enjoying the session, which is the main thing.
Give me your love now, before it runs out. You kiss me like you used to do before it all went down. As from now on, we're no longer together.
Okay, like excuse my hair and me. It is 8:05 and I am done. Very proud of how quickly I got that done. Everything to be fair moved pretty well. No complaints. Considering how I felt last night as well, I'm not too surprised I didn't feel super strong this morning, but I think I felt better today than I did last night. And I was working very quickly, so now I'm going to quickly going to literally just change my top because I'm covered in chalk and dog hair. Change my top, change my shoes, go straight to the gym. Will say I had a caffeine pill when I first got up this morning, and I think that was the right move. Normally I just have like a Monster or something before I train, or I just sip on them during the day, but I don't really have caffeine specifically for training. But obviously this morning that it was so early, I was like, yeah, no, I will take a caffeine pill. And I think I really need to start using them for training because I definitely notice an uptick when I do, so we'll start doing that. But yeah, good session. Gonna stop talking, gonna go get the session done, go get my car and drive to Liverpool. Okay, it is Thursday. I have just gotten back from Liverpool literally 15 minutes ago. It is 3:30 and I am now about to get my lightest session of the week done. Then I've got to rush off and do a food shop and get back 2 hours by about 4:45 because I've got a meal booked with my parents, and then we are going to see Hamilton at the theatre near ours. So still in a bit of a rush, still in a bit of a hurry, but I've had a lovely few days away. It's been really good. I went to see Busted and McFly last night. Very good, enjoyed. Drive home today, I'm obviously fairly tired, but I'm feeling pretty good overall, so I'm literally just gonna not talk too much. I'll show you guys my heaviest set. Lewis did say for this session just see how I feel, but potentially rather than using the set loads that he's given me, which is slightly heavier than last week because it is a light session anyway, maybe go a little bit lighter and just do my week 3 numbers. So depending on how I feel, I think my heaviest double today will either be 92.5 and match last week, or 95 and match the set loads he's given me, but we'll kind of see. The whole plan is just take it a little bit easy. Obviously I don't want to exhaust myself. I also only have like half an hour to get this all done, including accessories, so just gonna kind of blitz through, get it all done. I'll show you guys my heaviest set, but that'll probably be all I show you from this one. Hopefully there won't be many notes to go through because it is such a light day. But yeah, obviously nutrition stuff the last few days hasn't been amazing, but we've eaten some really lovely food, so not complaining. It's been a nice little break, a bit of a mental break. I was off work as well, so brain has kind of been powerlifting free for the most part, which has definitely been needed and good. The only thing is I'm obviously exhausted from all the driving, so just gonna crack on and get this done, get the food shop done so that I'm set up to get back on track with everything from tomorrow for a very heavy week 4 end of block on Saturday.
Walk me home, but before you go, let's stay here in this moment. Pretend that we're not broken, and kiss me like you used to do before it all went down. Forget the moon is falling, forget that we are running.
Okay, so session is complete. Bench actually felt really nice. Obviously it's a light day, so it's hard to tell, but definitely think positioning and everything felt really good. Felt really strong. My 95 double literally didn't even register on the RP scale already, so that's exactly what we needed. Accessories kind of just rushed through. I say rushed through, obviously I executed them as I was supposed to, but got through them pretty quickly. So now I'm gonna really quickly get going straight to a food shop, get back here, get ready to go out. Very busy day, but it's all good. Mildly dreading tomorrow because I'm up super early tomorrow. I've got so much work to catch up on after having a few days off, and I've got a few calls in the evening as well. But it will all be good, it'll be worth it. Like, I'm grateful to be as busy as I am, so all is good. Also, brand new car, drove it to Liverpool and back. I say brand new car, it's a second-hand car, obviously. But new car, was really lovely to drive, actually, really like it. So found a good one, happy with that. Yeah, nothing else to really report on. I'll see you guys Saturday. I'm heading to Powering Through, so I won't take my camera in. I'll just film stuff on my phone, I reckon, when I'm there. But really looking forward to that session Saturday. kind of dreading the drive because it's a 2-hour drive, well, hour and 40 from here, but I know it'll be worth it, so all is good. Big push, come on!
Yeah, nice,
Yes, come on!
Raise, now, let's go.
Let's go, come on! Come on, Sean.
I think we should call it their team. Full conversation.
Start. Press. Right.
I don't know.
Okay, so I'm just filming this on my phone. Just finished my session at Powering Through, my end of block, 8 weeks out, pretty heavy SBD. I've got very mixed feelings, but I need to give myself grace because it has been a stressful week, or even a couple of weeks. But even yesterday, my first day back at work after we were away, also Thursday night after I went to the theatre with my parents, we had a lovely time, but I was exhausted just from the drive home and everything. The theatre was amazing. We got back to ours about 10:30. And Zuko had locked us out of the house. So because he can just open door handles, our porch door had basically started to break, and we were worried that it was going to fully break and we wouldn't be able to get in and out. So I've had to leave it open, which we don't really like him being in there when we're away. We like to try more in the house. So my parents, well, my mum, when she was dog sitting for us, put bolts on either side of the door and took the door handles off so that we can just bolt it shut from inside and out. And she decided, for some reason, my parents thought that we had to have them like quite low on the door. Zuko is a very clever dog, and I think he assumed that was the new door handle, and he had locked us out from the inside with these metal bolts. So we had to essentially break into our home Thursday night, which obviously additional stress, and I was exhausted, and I had such a long work day yesterday. I was literally at my desk from 7:15 in the morning until 6:30, 7:15 in the evening, possibly 7. It was like 12-hour work day essentially. Like, it was really busy, didn't really have time for a break at all, which obviously I love what I do, so that's fine. But overall stress was just generally pretty high, and there was some other stuff going on yesterday as well that just added to my stress. So all of that bared in mind, I didn't have the best session today. I didn't feel amazing. I didn't feel bad, but I didn't feel good, and I think that's important. So I was supposed to do a top triple. The goal was 185. 170 is my last warm-up as a triple. Was meant to be at an RP 7-ish, which it definitely was about 7. It was hard, but there was plenty of room left. It's kind of how it felt, and I could have done quite a few more reps. So I was like, you know what, I'll load 185, and I've just got to accept that it's going to be hard, and I've got to do it. But the goal was an RP 9. But after the second rep, I literally said, I think we should just call it there because it was hard. I might have been able to grind out a third rep if I really dug deep, but equally with the way I've been feeling, I just didn't think I had that in me. So called it there, not a problem. Got the 185 double without overexerting myself. That's still momentum. It's still better than we have been. Like, I'm not mad at that. Positioning was good. Everything was fine. And then bench, the goal again was 115, but 110 didn't feel amazing. I got commands on 110 and 112, although Lewis did my commands on the 112 and it was a little bit short, and he did admit that. But I think I'm just not accustomed to those loads right now. So I basically just need to get more practice in at those like higher intensities on bench, which is something we'll probably speak about. But generally I'm in a good position. 100 for 5 after felt really solid, really comfortable. The goal was about an RP 8, and I'd say it was probably bang on. And then sumo was where things got a bit tricky. So that was the thing I was most excited about, which is also why after squats didn't fully go to plan, I was okay with it, because I was like, I get to push myself on sumo today. Like, it's fine. I'll save it for that. And so I did a triple at 145 that was probably about an RP5. I did a double at 160 that was probably about a 6.5. And then the goal was to do a single at, I think it was about a 7 to 7.5, and then a single at like 8.5 to 9. So essentially it was a max out single or close enough, right? So I did 170 for a single after the 160 double, and 170 flew. Like, it felt really good. So I went straight to 180, and I'm not gonna lie, all week I've had in my mind I'd like to pull 190 and match my best ever conventional. Obviously I've not touched anywhere near that sumo, so that is quite a big ask in itself, but the way sumo's been feeling, I thought it was definitely doable. I went to pull 180, and my first attempt, Lewis made me tuck my legs, and I think I'd had some talc left on my hands, talc residue. I should have washed them, and obviously I chalked after anyway, but I should have washed them and then re-chalked. And I think that got in my head. I thought I was going to drop it, so I left it there. So I took a moment, can't get my words out. Went again, it didn't move. So I was like, right, let's just get out of my head. This is definitely a mental thing. The 170 flew. So I went for a pee, because also TMI, but I kept feeling like I was going to pee because I'd obviously been drinking quite a lot just to make sure I was hydrated, and doing everything I could to stay hydrated. But by the time deadlifts rolled around, I was peeing like every 15 minutes. And on deadlifts, I just felt like I was going to pee, which I always have a pad in. Again, this is TMI. So nothing was going to like come out, but it's just off-putting. And I just kind of, for the 180, I was like, right, I'm going to take a few minutes. I went for a wee, washed my hands thoroughly, re-chalked, just had a moment. And I got the 180. Now, it wasn't amazing. I did pee, and that really threw me off. And where I had that little wobble, I think it was more that I was just thrown off by that, if I'm being totally honest. Either way, it was clean. It just wasn't super pretty. But that is also way more than I've ever pulled sumo. Like, I pulled 175 last week, but before that, I haven't gone above 160 sumo. Possibly ever. Maybe years ago, that was around my top end when I was pulling sumo in like 2019 time. So to pull 180, literally only doing minimal sumo work right now, not a bad place to be, and that's what I'm kind of telling myself. And I think the plan is probably still going to be stick to sumo, but obviously I'll confirm that in the next video when I get my new block from Lewis. We're going to make the decision of, well, he's going to make the decision of which deadlift variation to go with. But if we are doing sumo, it will be twice a week sumo, so I'll get a lot more skill practice, and I'll just feel a lot more comfortable and confident, because at the moment I'm still questioning my setup. Like, I'm in a decent routine with my setup. I have a bit of a routine, but it's still not completely natural. And just initiating the pull and everything, I still have to think about quite a lot, like consciously think about. So getting that all a bit more natural, getting a bit more skill practice, I think will be in a really good spot. And even if we're 8 weeks out from British, right? Even if at British it's still not 100%, I'm okay with that, because next year with more practice, it will be. So I'm kind of taking the positives. Wasn't the best session in the world, wasn't a terrible session. It was still the best end of block I've had in a while. So I'm not mad. I'm not mad at it. It's all fine. I'm gonna wrap up the video here, and I guess I'll give you guys more updates on the plan in the next video when I get my new block from Lewis.